Now, there have been two questions that have been asked between 2015 to 2023. The first question is in 2016. It was asked for 200 words and for 12.5 marks. Second question was in 2020, asked for 150 words for 10 marks. Now, I'm not reading the question here. We are obviously going to discuss the question and then we'll see the question itself. Right. So, the first question, let's get started. First question says, why is nanotechnology one of the key technologies of 21st century? So the question is asking you about the key technology, why it is the key technology. So that's the keyword. Describe the salient features of Indian government's mission on nanoscience and technology and the scope of its application in the development process of the country. Right. So I think structure is quite clear. So the way I discuss the PYQ, as you know, first I try to make you understand what is the question, that is, what is the question saying and what is the demand of the question. Secondly, we will see the structure of the answer that you can utilize. So let's understand the question. It is not asking the definition. That's my first point. Please remember this thing, that it is not asking the definition and it is directly asking why it is one of the key technologies. So we have to focus on application. Secondly, it is asking describe the salient features. Third, it's the application that the question is asking. So not asking definition. It is getting straight to the importance and it is precisely asking what are the government initiatives and applications, right? So what is the approach to the question that you can take? Now in the introduction, as I have told you in previous theme of biotechnology, until unless directly definition is asked, don't try to just write definition. That means you add some value in the answer in the introduction. If the definition is asked, of course, write a detailed definition. But if definition is not asked, as in this case, please try to add some value with the definition that will enrich your answer. Secondly, in the body part, follow the structure of the question. It's quite straightforward. Now, if we were live, I would have asked you the structure that you think that you can write, because it's a pretty straightforward question and it is a good way to practice the structuring of the answer. But we are in a recorded session, so we'll continue. In the conclusion, you reinforce the importance. So let us move to the introduction part. So in the introduction, I have written the definition, but I have value added by adding its importance and a fact. So nanotechnology is the manipulation and study of matter at scale of 1 to 100 Newton meters. So in these two lines, I have precisely defined what it means to or if we study nanotechnology, right? It's a key technology because now here itself I have given a brief introduction of the answer that it will revolutionize numerous sectors. Now this is very important. Nanotechnology is related to creation of technology at a smaller scale, at a nano scale from 1 to 100 Newton meter. But the point is it will be applicable to numerous sectors, which is the crucial point, which is why it is a key technology. It's an enabling technology. That means because of nanotech and its integration with other technologies, new innovations will come in lot of fields, right? So it's an enabling technology. It's interdisciplinary in nature. That means lot of relations are there of nanotech with other fields. So it is poised to grow at approx 44 billion by 2031. So I think you will say, sir, this is a big introduction. So you can choose what you want to write according to the question itself. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to give a big answer. Although that means that you will have a lot of points. So I'm providing you content also. In the first session itself, I have mentioned that PYQ should be solved for deriving content and direction. So content I am providing you in the answer. You can use this to give yourself a direction on how to approach questions and how to make notes also. So this is a value addition from our side. So you can choose whatever you want to write. Next, we go to the application that makes it a key technology. So the first application that we are going to discuss is medical applications. In the medical applications, the first thing is targeted drug delivery. Now, targeted drug delivery will improve patient outcomes. Why? Because it will directly attack the cell that is creating the problem. For example, drugs like chemotherapy drugs, they are being directly delivered to the cancer cells. Okay. Second, identifying the disease is also important. So diagnostics are improved by using quantum dots, which is a nanotech, which increases the accuracy of the diagnosis. So nanotechnology will improve the patient outcomes. That means it will solve the disease better. It will help in detection of disease also, right? Next, environmental impact. In environmental impact, we can see impact on air, water, etc. So in air pollution, we can control it by having nanotechnology reduce the emissions that are coming out of vehicles or out of industries. We can use the air catalysts. So let me read it for you. Air pollution can be controlled by having better catalysts made of nanotech to reduce emissions, because nanotech, in nanotechnology, you can add a lot of, let's say, metals, which can be used to better control the emission or better filter out harmful pollutants. Next is water purification. Now, water purification using graphene oxide, especially for more dangerous industrial pollutants. Industrial pollutants, as you know, are more dangerous than household pollutants. So we need better technology to filter them out. Oil spills. The cleanup of oil spills can be done by water repelling nanowires. So it will attract the oil and repel the water. In the energy sector, now we come to the third one, which is energy sector. Now nanotech increases the efficiency of solar cells and batteries by increasing surface area. So a lot of technology is coming up in renewable energy sector, which you obviously understand why. So photovoltaic cells, lithium batteries, we can improve their efficiency by nanomaterial because they have larger surface area. Now fuel cells or hydrogen storage, here also it is applicable because the storage of hydrogen or fuel cell efficiency can be increased due to the larger surface area, and there are nanomaterials are like carbon nanotube, which have high surface area, like I mentioned. It can absorb hydrogen at a lower pressure than current technologies. So it will make it easier. Nanotech will make it easier to create better and efficient hydrogen fuel cells. Next, we come to electronics and materials. Here, the most important thing is miniaturization. Let's see. Nanotech will allow miniaturization, that is, it will decrease the size of technologies, let's say devices, which will be efficient. The thing is, it's not going to decrease the efficiency. Efficiency will be there, output will be same, input, that is electricity, will decrease. It will produce less heat and it will keep the performance same or more even. Okay. So examples like microfluids are there, lab on a chip devices. So lab on a chip, as you can imagine, let's say you are going to a field, let's say you want to measure the pesticide content in the soil. Now there you will take a small device and you will test the sample right then and there. This is seen many times in sci-fi movies and TV series. Now that can be made reality with nanotech. So sci-fi will not be sci-fi anymore. Advanced materials can be created like carbon nanotube, which is 100 times stronger than steel, right? And it is lighter than steel also, right? Nanomaterials can be customized. Now this is also a beautiful thing, that you can create a nanomaterial for specific purposes. For example, it can be self-cleaning or antimicrobial. Okay. Now we come to the next part in the body of the answer, which is salient features of government's mission. Now I have presented it in a different way. You can use this type of presentation easily. Now the way we have provided this, I don't think anybody does. The aim of providing this is to make things easier for you, so that you can understand, right, how things can be presented in a different manner. In answers wherever applicable, I've tried to use a different way of presenting, right? So what is the first point? Focus on application. This is a fantastic part of this program, that the government wants the researchers to focus on things that will lead to output also. So they have identified some focus sectors like healthcare, agriculture, and water. Next is collaboration. Second point is collaboration. But collaboration is multifold. First, it is with industry, so that the researchers create practical things. Second is collaboration with international organizations. Now that is done because of course there are some countries who are ahead of us in the nanotech program. So we can go there and learn their technologies and develop things. Third is research and development, general research and development, of course, that is also a focus. Second, infrastructure development. Third, human resource development. All right. I think these are, third point is self-explanatory. Now, what is the outcome of this program? Now, this is not directly asked in the question. Be mindful of that. This is my own value addition. Now, this program was launched in 2007. Since then, of course, there might have been some outputs. So, just let us see that. India is among top 5 nations now in terms of publications on nanoscience and nanotech, which shows that a lot of research is going on. Useful products have been developed like hydrogel, pesticide removal from drinking water, right? Nano silver based antimicrobial coating has been developed. So all these things are outcome because of the research done under the program, right? Now let us come to the next part, which is called scope of nanotech in India's development. Now here we will directly go to the applications because we have seen the usefulness already. The theoretical part we have seen why it is a key technology. So how will it help India, right? So in these points, I would like to give you a small tip that please try to prioritize your points. Give the most important points first. Now in India, health and education are definitely an important field. So first point is affordable healthcare, right? I have not explained this point if you see, but I have written here already affordable healthcare, and it's a pretty simple word. Oh, sorry, these two are pretty simple words which are very understandable by common man. So affordable healthcare. For example, Swasth program has a nano sensing technology. It is developed by IIT Guwahati for wearable devices. Now such developments in India will lead to cheaper sensors in India itself, right? In agriculture, nanotechnology is there for soil quality monitoring for nano fertilizers. For example, IFCO has developed a nano urea. IFCO is a cooperative, as you know, in India. Clean water and air can be ensured by nanotech. For example, there is a technology called Amrit, which filters out arsenic and other metals. Now, it is developed by IIT Madras. Now, all this is obviously the work of people, but this is supported by the program also, right? By the which program? The nano mission, right? Next is efficient energy generation and storage. I've already explained this. So what are the examples? Japan and IIT Gandhinagar, they have collaborated and invented a new material called a new material for ultra fast charging. So this is very important because ultra fast charging is very useful thing in creating portability of any machine. Next is multifunctional fabrics can be created with special functions like antibacterial, UV protection, stain repellent. All these things are helpful. We need them right now, and development and research is going on in these areas, right? So this is how it can help. This thing can also lead to safer and cheaper materials for clothing, right? So if we come to the conclusion, we can see that I've highlighted small keyword here. We'll see that nanotech is a small solution. Now this is the keyword, that nanotech is a small solution to big problems. So this is a good line which you can use anywhere. You can just replace the technology like AI, but it fits a lot on nanotech because it works at the level of 1 to 100 Newton meter. Sorry, nanometer. Now it will drive. Too much science can, mix up things. So it will drive significant innovations across sectors, leading to sustainable development. Now I have linked the technology with sustainable development. Again, you can use this, right? Government's mission in this regard is a step in the right direction. I have written this way because the question specifically asks you to understand, or basically it is asking if you understand the government's program. So we can show it this way, right? So that is all for this question. Let's move on to the next one.